Hello, my name is Richard Dunn, and I am here today with my really good friend Melinda Polk from Senior Connect. Melinda, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm glad you're here. We're going to have a good time. Listen, what we're doing is we're doing a series of videos for the Kaufman Chamber of Commerce, and we just want the community to get to know the different organizations that are going on, what they do, and how they kind of interact with the community a little bit. So that's why you're here today, okay? So I'm glad that you're here. So here you go. We're going to start out real easy. Tell us about Senior Connect.
I would love to tell you about Senior Connect. Senior Connect was formerly Kaufman County Senior Citizen Services.
Okay.
Started in 1978. We are federally funded through the Older Americans Act, and we're tasked with serving seniors, anyone over 60, and our primary goal is nutrition. That's sort of our way of reaching those people. We do two main things, and that is, first of all, we have congregate sites where people come in every day and we'll serve them breakfast and lunch. And then we also do Meals on Wheels, which is kind of what we're mostly known for, which is one of those terms that everybody understands. Meals on Wheels, we deliver food to people in their homes.
Yeah. So talk about the congregate sites real quick. Where are they at here in Kaufman?
Well, I have a list.
You've got a list.
I'll have to refer to my list. We have senior centers in Kaufman, Terrell, Forney, Maybank, and then we have a brand new center that opened a couple of months ago in Kemp.
Okay, yeah.
And then we have nutrition sites. Now, a nutrition site differs from a senior center in that what we do for a nutrition site is we just take the food there,
Right.
and they coordinate their own programs and things like that.
Okay.
So we have a nutrition site that just recently opened up at First Baptist Church Kaufman, and we are starting one in Elmo.
Okay.
At the fire station in Elmo, that's coming up, so that'll be new as well. We also have a nutrition site in Terrell at Terrell Senior Terraces for the people that live there, and then we also have one at Bluffview and Crandall.
Okay.
So lots of congregate sites going on.
Yeah, I love Bluffview and Crandall. I got a good relationship
It's
with those
beautiful.
folks. They're neat folks over there. Hey, so tell me a little bit about a typical day over at one of the senior centers.
They're all very interesting. I like to tell people that our senior centers are as diverse as the communities that we serve, which you can, it'll almost like a high school cafeteria. They differ that much, just depending on the area that they're in. So you might find anything from an educational topic, bingo, obviously.
Yeah.
Every center has bingo. It just depends on the day.
Sure.
Some are on Friday, some are on Monday. We do serve breakfast, and breakfast looks a little bit different in each site. Some are more like a continental, just grab and go.
Okay.
Some of them do a hot breakfast. There's always a hot lunch.
Okay.
That's always, we have a new dietitian that helps us prepare those. But what a congregate site looks like is sort of a family affair, if you will. And that's different as well. We'll have one senior center that the same people come every single day, and then another one where you've got the same group on Monday and a different group on Tuesday and things like that. So, but they're all very different. They all do different things, but always fellowship, always family, always. The goal of a congregate site really is to get those people out of their homes and talking to somebody else, because if they live alone, that you want them out.
Isn't that what we want to help our community understand? We have a lot of people throughout Kaufman County are senior adults, and if you really think about it, if you're a senior adult and if you're not connected with someone, if you're not connected with a church, or maybe you're separated a little bit from family and friends, you might be isolated.
Absolutely.
And what does isolation do to someone?
It's unfortunate what we've seen in the last probably 5 or 6 years, just because of the way the population has grown. We're seeing a lot of baby boomers that are now, and unfortunately what we're seeing is a lot of men who are divorced or they're widowed, and just because of the huge divorce rate in that population, they're detached from their family.
Yeah.
A lot of men, and so many of them just really, they don't have a connection.
Right. And that can lead to depression
and
things like that.
That's a hard population to reach, is independent
it is,
men who need somebody coming in and if it's just bringing them food, bringing them food.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, our goal is to get them out.
Yeah,
But
that's important. But you do have, of course, the Meals on Wheels.
Yes,
Okay, so where you're going. So talk a
absolutely.
little bit about Meals on Wheels and what happens
Sure.
with that.
We have, from all of those nutrition sites I talked about, we have hot routes that go out every day. And we determine whether they get a hot meal or are on our frozen route based on how far they are away from the delivery center.
Okay.
So we serve hot meals every day for the most part, as far as we can go and get volunteers to deliver. But if people live way out in the county, and we have a lot of people, I think there are just over 100 on our Kaufman County route that live way out in the county, and we'll deliver 10 frozen meals to them every other week.
Wow. Okay.
A paid driver does that. But as we expand our congregate, for instance, when we go out to Elmo, there are maybe 10 that are getting on that frozen meal, and we're looking forward to them either coming in to have that hot meal, or they'll be close enough that we can do a hot delivery out there. So our goal is always to do number one goal is to get them into a congregate site.
That's right.
But then if we can't, at least they're seen every day.
Yeah, and that's really
the goal.
important. That's a great value to have. And so how does the process work a little bit? What do you need as far as people from to help you out with using meals in any of the areas, but especially Meals on
Sure.
Wheels?
Number one is we need volunteer drivers. Our sites do a really good job of recruiting volunteers, and we have a really good volunteer base. Holidays, I'm sure, kind of comes and goes.
Yeah.
As kids are out of school, parents are really good about introducing their kids
Great
to
opportunity.
volunteer
Yeah.
service. It really is a good opportunity, and they love it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've done it once, you're kind of hooked.
Yeah.
I love this because the people are. I mean, you're bringing them lunch.
Right.
They're going to be nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true. You're
it's-
bringing them
yeah,
something. Yes.
they're not going to be ugly to you, I promise. Needs. We also have a new program that we're starting, and it's called Pearls. And if someone wants to volunteer to be what we call a Pearls coach, they go through a training. It's about 4 hours long with our agency, and those people will be assigned one person who has kind of been identified as the most isolated,
Okay.
the most at risk. And that person will go through a curriculum on how to help that person.
Wow. Okay.
So that's really great. We're just getting that started.
That's just getting started, so we can look forward to that.
So I don't have any details to give you
Okay,
as
that's
far
okay.
as
Very
how
good.
it's working, but seems like it's going to be a great
So as
program.
part of that, just recently, through Texas
Yes.
Health Resources,
Yes.
there's a grant that came through that's
Yes.
really been doing some really great things. So talk a
Absolutely.
little bit about that.
We've been working with THR for a little over a year, and what THR corporate did was they wanted to identify in the communities that they serve, how can we reach these people upstream, which I think is genius. Why are the people, because if you look at emergency room visits and those kind of things, same people coming through
Over and over, yep.
and for the sniffles and and if you kind of drill down to the root of it, if we could reach why they're isolated, low income, just the isolation is the biggest part.
Yeah.
But food insecure. And so as Meals on Wheels, we had a unique ability to connect the THR, what their goal was, because we touch these people
Right, exactly.
every day.
You're
We
the-
kind
you're the
of
ones, yeah.
are a bridge to that. So what THR's funding has allowed us to do is we've opened these new congregate sites, which has given more touches to people in the community, more access to how they can come in and connect with people. It's allowed us to do the Pearls program, to train people
okay.
to go out. So that's part of it as well. What else are we doing? Grand Care Systems. That's a pretty innovative system that we found as we were looking through how we could reach people better. It's a computer, basically a touch screen computer that we put that part in the senior adult's home, and it's set up so that they can call into, we've got a couple that will, call into church. We want to watch church, or we want to
Really?
call
That
into
is
the senior
that's
center and have
amazing.
coffee with our friends today. They can call their daughter that lives in California, and they can check on them that way. So it's just
That's
like
pretty cool.
Skype, but
Okay.
it's
But they
pretty
understand how to work it and
yes.
just work. Wow, that is pretty great. Well,
It's
that
great.
grant has been awesome, and we
Yes.
already see how it's playing out here in Kaufman County through the sites that are going on. And I've been a little bit a part of that, and it's just fun to watch.
It is fun to
And
watch.
It's good to see and they're growing.
Yes.
Yeah,
One
people are
interesting
coming.
little tidbit, and I didn't tell my staff this in the beginning because I didn't want to, I don't know, jinx it, but we serve about 4,000 home delivered meals a month.
Okay.
And up until this point, we were serving right out 3,000 congregate meals a month. And in the back of my mind, what would have been outstanding for us to do was to see that number flip so that we would be serving more congregate
Right.
people than home delivered meal people. Because, I mean, numbers are important, but what those numbers show us are more people getting out of their homes
Right.
and a reduction in our home delivered meal numbers and an increase in our congregate sites. And that number flipped in August for us.
It did.
We
Right.
served over 5,000 congregate meals in August and a little bit less than 4,000 home delivered.
That is amazing.
So
and we know
yes.
that there are some folks that, because of disabilities, might not be able to get out. But
Absolutely.
we know a lot of those folks really can.
Yes.
If they knew there was a way and they had the opportunity to
Yes.
do it. That is very encouraging.
exciting.
I didn't even know that.
Yes,
That's great.
exciting stuff.
Well, listen, I've known you for a while, but I would like for you to do something, okay?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, okay? About you. Not about
Okay.
Senior Connect, but about
About
you.
me. I grew up in Kemp, graduated from Kemp High School a few years ago. Graduated from Dallas Baptist University, went on to get my master's at University of North Texas in applied gerontology. I've been writing grants for a long time, just hit my $6.5 million mark, so that was exciting. I have 4 kids. My husband Jimmy and I have 4 kids. My oldest is Cameron. He's 22, married, opening Cowabunga Coffee Company in the
Isn't that
next
strange?
in the next week.
But that's great. But
Yes. My daughter Hannah is a senior at Dallas Baptist University, graduating in May. My son Micah is 18, and he is shipping off to the Navy on December 2nd. And then my daughter Emma is 16, and she is a junior at Kaufman Christian School.
Yeah, okay. But they used to be little, and now they're not.
They did
And,
used to
yeah,
be little,
yeah, it
and
just-
we've known you since they were little.
Yeah, and it just changes and all that kind of stuff.
It's
well,
exciting
you know,
times.
I appreciate you for a lot of different reasons. Okay, number one, you know, my youngest son was in the Kemp band
Mm-hmm.
for so many years, and just has and I do too, the greatest admiration in the world for your husband Jimmy,
Thanks.
and was an impact on his life.
Thank you.
And what he did, and then you know, I have a special relationship with you, I guess, from the
Yes.
standpoint that you were the original executive director of the Kaufman Christian Health
Yes.
Center. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so-
That's been great to watch that grow.
It's been fun, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's been neat, but you know, one of the I think I mentioned this to you at the very beginning. One of the things is when you take over something, you start searching through things.
Yes.
And I found I guess the original kind of the vision that you
Yes.
saw, and many of the things that we were trying to, we got to that. And it's not that everything kind of gets off track
Yes.
sometimes. It's not that it
And
was
it
bad.
changes.
It wasn't bad, and things change. And it maybe even that wasn't the exact time to make some of those things take place. And so
Absolutely.
God has just said, hey, this was the time. So it's been there, but it's all because of some great groundwork that you laid
Thank
a
you.
long time ago. So
A lot
I
of good
greatly appreciate
churches that were
It is, yeah. All
very
right, so here we
effective.
go. So just one last thing that
Okay.
you about Senior Connect, whatever you want to say.
We are excited to serve the seniors in our community and the opportunities that we've been given. We just want to grow that.
Yeah.
We have a big vision for the future, because we need to meet our people where they are, and we've got to grow with the population. The growth in Kaufman is scary, but so exciting.
Yeah.
And I think as a county, we've done a good job of being on the front end of that.
Yeah.
And I'd like to stay on the front end of that, especially when it comes to serving our seniors.
Wow, that sounds great. Well, this is Melinda Polk. I tell you what, if she were to list all the things that she does, we would run out of tape here, okay? So we don't have time to do that, but she is a member of the Chamber of Commerce, has been for several years. We're fellow members over at First Baptist Kaufman, and she's just a longtime friend. I love what you guys do. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Hey, again, we're just trying to let our community know about the things that are going on in the community. You need to know about Senior Connect. Give them a contact and talk to them. If you, especially if you like to volunteer, they need those volunteers. There's some great opportunities there, and I promise you, when you do it, you'll want to do it again. It's just something that you'll enjoy and you'll love doing. I want to remind you that if you see this video, you need to like it, you need to share it, get it out. Everybody needs to see what's going on at Senior Connect. That's why we're doing these things. That's what your job is to get this video out to people when you see it. Thank you very much for your time.